For more on what this acquisition means is Jeff Matthews. He's the founder of hedge fund Ram Partners and author of Pilgrimage to Warren Buffett's Omaha. He joins us now live from Stamford, Connecticut. Jeff, this is a very sizable purchase, and Buffett used stock to do it, something a little unusual for him.
Right.
What is the signal to you about what Buffett is doing right now, and perhaps put it in the context of where we are in this recovery?
Well, I think what he's doing is he's making, as he said, a very big bet that the U.S. economy will recover. And he's also making a bet that the railroads will be a very integral part of that growth. I think at the back of his mind might be something related to global warming, actually, which is a topic he's very interested in.
Perhaps rails over trucks, over other forms of transportation.
I think that might be in the back of his mind, yes. It's a topic he's discussed in the past in terms of rising sea levels and the need to move away from gasoline-powered vehicles.
That's interesting.
But I think the basic issue is he views this as an irreplaceable asset of tremendous importance to the economy, and he wants to own it.
So why Burlington versus Union Pacific or a competing railroad?
That's a great question. You know, Union Pacific is headquartered a few blocks from his office, and he's known that company probably for all his life. So I don't know quite what the answer to that is, except that he started buying Burlington some time ago, years ago, and that seems to be the one that he's most focused on.
This acquisition, this is in the wake of what we saw with General Electric, what we saw with Goldman Sachs, that there's this tinge of patriotism in the purchases that Warren Buffett seems to be making, and certainly in the statements that he's been delivering publicly.
Right.
I mean, what does that signal, though? I mean, is he speaking, is he trying to send a message to the market through this, or is this purely just to his own portfolio and profits?
He doesn't do much to send messages. He's not going to commit $44 billion in capital to send a message. I think the GE investment, which was only $3 billion, was a message. If you go back to that day in the market, things were collapsing. GE was collapsing. GE credit spreads were blowing out. And I think that $3 billion was really a message that helped the markets. Goldman Sachs was more of a case of a business he's always wanted to own. He's been very comfortable with the management. But the railroad business is a big commitment. It's a huge investment relative to anything else he's done, and the biggest by far. And so it goes way beyond sending any kind of message. He thinks he's going to make money on this over a 10, 20, 30-year period.
Now, also unusual, Berkshire's board approved a 50-to-1 split of its Class B shares to fund this.
Yes.
Buffett, I thought, didn't like splitting stocks.
You know, it reminds me. Reminds me of when Richard Branson started Virgin Atlantic, and he was thinking of calling economy class riffraff class. You know, in a way, what Buffett is doing is he's kind of letting in the riffraff. You know, he's always gone for quality investors. Buffett wanted his investor base to be quality investors who understand what he's doing. It's been a tremendous part of the whole growth of Berkshire Hathaway. And now he's bringing in investors who have owned a railroad stock, and then they're going to own a piece of Berkshire Hathaway that has a lot of insurance and energy and other things. And it's going to trade at a price. The B shares are going to trade at a price, I think, in the $60 area, that are going to make people much more inclined to trade the stock. So I think it's going to change the character of the shareholder base quite a bit in the near term. And it's also going to mean you're probably going to want to line up your tickets for the meeting pretty soon.
Is there any way that this deal doesn't get done? I know the Department of Justice has to do an antitrust review. I mean, with someone of Buffett's stature, is there any question that this is not going to go through?
Well, put his stature aside, just the way he thinks about things, I doubt he would have done this if he didn't feel that he had a very good case to make to do it. And, you know, his partner, Charlie Munger, his business partner, is an attorney by training. And so together, I don't think they're going to venture into something that's not going to happen.
Does this move make you want to own other railroads?
Actually, no. I was talking about that with a friend this morning. It was kind of amusing. I mean, what do they think? Blackstone is going to suddenly make a $50 billion deal for Union Pacific? Come on. There isn't any capital out there to do that kind of thing. And as far as I know, there's no investor sitting around, you know, drumming the table saying, gee, Buffett just bought one, I want one. So I think I think that that sort of knee-jerk, lemming-like reaction is probably the most amusing part of it.
Earlier in the last hour, I had an interview with one of our guests, Mr. Betts, who said that he didn't necessarily think that this purchase today meant that Buffett was done for the year. Perhaps there are more purchases to come. Do you agree with that?
Well, I agree that it doesn't mean that Buffett's done. If something comes along that's opportunistic, he'll do it. But he's down to $15 billion of cash post-deal. And I don't think he's planning to go to zero cash. I don't think he ever would. So I don't think you will see another elephant like this one.